Too nice, people, I'm on problem. So me no worry about them. I depend on me and me bank.
Hey guys, welcome back to my video. So the first thing that you need to do, you need to ensure you apply a base onto your lid so that your eyeshadow will have something to stick to. So here I'm just applying my eyeshadow. I went in with like the darkest brown eyeshadow. Then I'm going to go in with like a color that is closer to that eyeshadow so that it can blend nicely together. And then I'm going to go in with like the lighter brown for the transition shade. So once you've applied the colors, you want to make sure you go back over each color so that you can intensify it some more. So when I'm doing my cut crease, I like to start with a guide because I find that this will help me when I apply my base later on. So you want to make sure you just carve out the shape that you want for your cut crease first and foremost, and then you want to make sure you wipe it off. Like I'm going to be applying like nude color onto my eyes, so I have to make sure I wipe the base off. So now I'm just wiping the base off because I like to start with like a clean canvas. Like you don't have to do that, but for me I tend to wipe it off because like I said, I like to start with like a clean canvas and I won't have to worry about like the color showing up underneath the base. So now I'm just following the guide that I created and it will just make it easier for me to do my cut crease. So you want to make sure you blend out the base before you apply your eyeshadow so that it doesn't go patchy, especially at the sides. You want to make sure you blend it out before you apply the eyeshadow at the side.
Power down. Command. Power down. Power down. Stop. No.
So I'm using like a pressed powder to set the lighter part of the base because I don't really want the base to crack or anything like that. So you want to make sure you set the base with something. So now we come on to the eyeliner, and there's a lot of ways that you can do your eyeliner that will suit your eye shape. So for my eye shape, because I have like slightly hooded eyes, I tend to do my liner this way, and this is the only way that I feel like it works for me, and this is the way that I love it. So I tend to take my liner upwards towards my brow, and I tend to make the edge of the liner more thicker. And then so once the edge is like slightly thicker, I'm gonna go in and then start from the inner corner of my eye and then just work my way around. And I love to make the top of my liner straight. It has to be proper straight. So you just have to take your time with your liner until you can get it the way that you want to get it. You can even try to do thin liner, thick liner, long liner, short liner. Just try and do different liners that will suit the shape of your eyes. So here I am applying the foundation on my face. So I had to apply 2 foundations because I can never seem to find that one perfect foundation where I can say, yeah, this is the perfect foundation for my shade. But I know it's out there, but I need to test more foundations so I can get that right shade. So all the products that I use as well will be in the description. So now I'm just applying my foundation stick for my contour, and this is actually the only product I've ever used in my life where I use for contour, and I love it. So if you've never tried like cream product for your contour, like go and try it. Like I feel like it will make a massive difference in your contour game. But maybe you don't really like cream product, but that's okay. But if you've never tried it, I suggest you go and try and see if you will like it. So when it comes to do my nose contour, I like to take the product up into my brow if I'm not wearing like brown eyeshadow. But if I'm like wearing like brown eyeshadow, I like to take it into the eyeshadow because I feel like it will blend so much easier. So when it comes to my blush, like I don't buy blush and I will never buy blush. So this product that I'm using on my face is actually lipstick, and I think I went in with too much red and it was too red for me, so I had to go in with my beauty blender to like sort of like tone it down a bit. And I don't really normally do my blush this way. I tend to just use powdered eyeshadow and that's it. But I actually love doing it this way, so I'm gonna be doing my blush more this way rather than just using like eyeshadow as my blush. So for my highlight, I went in with 2 different concealers. First I went in with like the darker concealer, and then I went in with like the lighter concealer because I want like my under eye to kind of be like the main point, you know, I want it to stand out. So I just go in with like a lighter product, and if it wasn't light enough for me, I would tend to go in with like another lighter product. So now I'm just blending out the concealer, and I like to start like in the middle and then work my way up. And I like to leave like this side of my nose last to blend out because I want that area to basically set more. And I tend to use like beauty blender quite often rather than brush, but I do use brush as well. But I love the finish of the beauty blender, so I tend to use that more. So now I'm just applying my setting powder. I don't bake the product under my eye because I feel like the product will get too dry under my eye. So I just tend to just blend in the product into my skin and then move on to the next area. So I'm going to go in with my bronzer to set where I did my contour. So I'm just going to go in lightly with the product as well. Normally I would go in with like my eyeshadow to apply the blush, but because I applied like the lipstick and the blush was still standing out, I didn't really need to go in with any extra product. So now to set under my contour, I go in with like a pressed powder, and I know a lot of people tend to use like setting powder, but I don't like the feeling of it, so I tend to use like pressed powder. So you want to make sure you go in with your setting spray because you've applied all that product on your face. You need to keep your face hydrated, and you need the product to just basically blend in with that setting spray and make your face look, you know, flawless. So guys, as we come to the end of the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know what you think about this look, and I will list everything that I use in the description. And this was the final slay.